In the second stanza, the poet's tone is dark, unnerving, and even frustrating. She describes that the caged bird can hardly see through his bars of cage. The bird is helpless by everything, but only responds by opening his throat to sing due to his immense longing for freedom. The caged bird sings with fearful trill of things unknown but long for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The author implies that even though the caged bird may have never experienced true freedom, yet deep down that bird still knows that it was created to be free. Although freedom to the caged bird is fearful because it is unknown, he still sings a fearful trill because he still longs for freedom. Maya Angelou uses irony to be cleverer and effective but less direct in conveying her feelings. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill. This sentence is ironic as the caged bird is the one singing, not the free bird as we expect. However, the words fearful and trill makes us realize that actually it is not a happy tune but in a fearful and trembling tone. The bird is unknown of many strange things but still sings the song of freedom in quaver, which enables the reader to reach to more depth and appreciate freedom. The speaker reveals that cry for freedom is heard on the distant hill. This parallels to the author and her cry for freedom in the form of equality. She feels that her cries are heard but only as a soft background noise. She still feels that she is caged and that although she sings, her cries are heard only as a distant noise. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the singing trees, and the fat waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. The poet says that a free bird has freedom of choice and opportunities to fly at his sweet will. He can enjoy the sighing trees and is free to find his own food. The tone of poet suggests a sense of ecstasy and thrill due to freedom. Another bridge implies that the free bird thinks for a flight in the different air current. The poet writes that a free bird thinks of another bridge so that is, he can enjoy the shining trees and be free to find his own food. The bird is not contented and is greedy to have even more freedom. But again, it is shown to be lazy and unsatisfied with the stream of wind, and that is on, but not enough to do something about it. But the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opened his throat to sing. The poem is a contrast between a free bird and a caged bird. The caged bird possesses its own limitations. His wings are clipped and feet are tied. He hardly even gets a chance to see the sky. He has been placed in a cage that prevents it from flying despite its fear. The caged bird continues to sing for freedom. The bird opens his mouth to sing because his desire for freedom and his desire to express himself cannot be controlled, whereas free bird thinks of another bridge so that he can enjoy the shine trees, that is, it is free from all worries and sufferings. The reality of the life of the caged bird is revealed in this line, but a caged bird stands on grave of dreams. It is a dark, somber, and haunting image indicating the slavery and inability to exercise one's freedom of choice. The bird is helpless by everything. His adaptations and desires are suppressed by the sorrowful captivity of the cage. He is unable to fulfill his dreams and cries out like someone who has seen a nightmare. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings for freedom. The final stanza of the poem is a repetition of the third stanza and again emphasizes the captive bird devoid of freedom, being unknown of many strange things, but still sings the songs of freedom in quaver. His longing for freedom is so intense that his cries are heard far and wide. In other words, the poet seeks to draw the attention of reader towards the downtrodden African Americans and their experiences. The free bird stands as a metaphor for the white people, and the caged bird stands for black Americans who would continue to fight against the discrimination by their skin and struggle for the freedom which is their birthright. So students, hope this explanation will help you to understand the poem. That's all for today.